Hello, Jillian Wisborg here. I am sharing with you today a little bit about why I love using the bitter flavor. And the bitter flavor could also be known as greens. They could be known as greens, they could be known as dandelion tea, they could be known as foods that otherwise have a little bit of that kind of flavor. Now, on the tongue, the bitter taste is perceived at the end of the upper surface of the tongue, right? More specifically, the main bitter principles that act on the tongue include diterpenes, triterpenes, alkaloids, ketones, and sesquiterpenes. So basically these are different compounds that are found within herbs and vegetables, and these have been known to kind of activate the bitter flavor on the tongue, right? Now, why would somebody ever want to eat a bitter food? What's the benefit? Why does it matter? And why is it that for so many years, so many people are completely against having anything that tastes the least bit bitter? Part of the reason is because we've been evolutionary moving in the direction of avoiding the bitter taste because oftentimes it's perceived as poison. So if you were to have a plant and it tastes extremely bitter, you might not want to eat it simply because your body is going to perceive that if you have too much of this, it's going to act as poison. Now, this works for us and against us in a couple different ways. One of the things is, nowadays we don't have to forage in the wild in order to get our food. Maybe some of us still do, but most of us, we're buying our food from the grocery store, which we expect or hope is not poisonous to our bodies, right? Now, traditionally, whenever somebody would start to eat the bitter food, it would often be for one of a few reasons. It would be to help metabolize fat, so break down fat more efficiently, go to the washroom. It has a naturally antiviral, antiparasitic nature, many different bitter foods and herbs. And it also increases peristalsis, which is basically the wave-like contractions that occur in the intestines. I'm going to challenge each one of you to try having and committing to 2 bitter foods each and every day. And the reason why I say this is because most of the society is constipated, and that's a huge cause of poor digestion. It's a huge cause of lack of clear thinking and terrible gas and pains and all sorts of other things. I feel that if people simply were to add in maybe 2 cups of a bitter tasting food a day, that they would do an enormous amount of benefit to their health. I'm so invested in this principle that I'm going to challenge you strongly to try it and let me know if absolutely nothing happens. Because I guarantee you something is going to happen. Something in your matrix of your zone in your world is going to happen when you start to entertain the bitter taste that much more. I see it as the best way to help the liver and the gallbladder cleanse, because the bitter foods, let's say for example, this is my little tea concoction. It's got dandelion, burdock, licorice, nettles, yellow dock. So this combination right here, swear to you, it's like the holy grail. I love it. It's so great. And I feel like because of this combination, I am able to have phenomenal digestion. Okay? So that's your challenge. I've written down below the description of this video a few examples of some of the bitter tasting foods, so I'm just going to name them out. Devil's claw, dandelion, cucumber, pumpkin, squash, hops, also artichokes, grapefruit, molasses, arugula, broccoli. These are examples of bitter tasting foods. I challenge you to eat 2 bitter foods a day and tell me how your results go, okay? And share this with everyone who might have digestion issues. This is going to be a good place to start. It's not the be-all, end-all, but it's a fantastic place to start. All right? Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Jillian Wisborg. Check out my website, jillianwisborg.com, for more information, or my Facebook page if you want to know of upcoming events. Thanks so much. Take care.